Welcome, those of you who are tuning in live on YouTube for Game 2 of our Father's Day Christy Himmelfart doubleheader here in Hünstetten, live from Dickman Field as the Hünstetten Storm are hosting the Bonn Capitals. Storm lost Game 1 6-0 on a no-hitter thrown by number 46, Marcel Gerd. Game 2, scheduled to start at 3:30. Home plate umpire has said no need for us to wait so long to start the game, so he has bumped up first pitch to right about now. It is 2:30 local time, so good morning, good afternoon, good evening to those of you tuning in on YouTube. Umpires are at home plate having a discussion as both teams are having their pre-game pep talks. For the Bonn Capitals, it'll be number 30, Eric Brink at shortstop. Number 6, Maurice Bindren in left field. Number 16, Terrell Joyce at designated hitter. Batting fourth and playing center field, number 37, Danny Lankhurst. And at first base, number 19, Christian Byers. At second base, number 8, Daniel Sanchez. Playing right field and batting seventh, number 9, Sasha Koch. Eric Kunze, number 56, has catching duties. And batting ninth, third base, number 3, Lewis Martin. The starting pitcher for the Capitals this afternoon will be number 41, Niklas Rimmel. For Storm, we'll have Petey Kiefer, number 18, at shortstop. Yosmi Fernandez, number 17, still at third base. Josh Harrison will be our designated hitter this afternoon for Game 2. First base is our first base is number 66, Noah Lawrence. Catcher for this afternoon's Game 2 will be number 48, Orlando Del Moro. Sammy Girame is still at second base. Ian Hardman, number 11, is at center field now. Phil Meyer still... Nope, scratch that, sorry. Phil Meyer now in left field. Oliver Yoakum in right field. Starting pitcher for Game 2 will be our left-hander, number 19, Jake Liberta. Liberta is getting his warm-up tosses at the moment. He was our starting center for Game 1. Most every player who plays on a DBL team is a multi-position player. It's just the way things go, the nature of German baseball. So I see some of you are coming in, thinking you're coming in early. You're coming in right on time as we're getting ready to have our first pitch of Game 2 of our Father's Day Christy Himmelfart doubleheader here live from Dickman Field in Hünstetten. Stepping into the right-handed batter's box for the Bonn Capitals, their shortstop, number 30, Eric Brink. Liberta's first pitch outside for a ball. It will be Brink, Benedren, and Joyce, the 1-2-3, to start us off here in Game 2. The 1-0. Ooh, high. Ball 2. Liberta's 2-0 pitch in there for a called strike. Good pitch. It's 2 balls. No strikes to Brink. Next pitch swung on and hit, but playable to shallow center field, caught by Ian Hardman for out number 1. Brings up number 6, the left fielder, Maurice Benedren. Bindren in left field this game. Bendrin, apologies, I think I was saying that wrong. Bendrin up to bat now with one out. On deck is number 16, the designated hitter, Gerald Joyce. First pitch in there for a called strike. Berta has his pitch. Now the 1-0, or the 0-1. Low and inside, ball one. 1-1 count now on the right-handed left fielder. Welcome in those of you who are filing in, thinking you're here early. We had an early start since game one ended after only 2 hours. Liberta's 1-1 is in the dirt, so it's now a 2-1 count. Storm unlucky in game one, hoping for better luck in game two. Liberta's 2-1 pitch. Just a bit high, apparently. Ball 3. Same kids from game one are going out into the wheat field waiting for foul balls. Liberta's 3-1 pitch. In there, called strike. Full count. Bendrin takes a long walk well out of the batter's circle. But now he's back in the batter's box. The 3-2 pitch. Swung on and hit. Ian Hardman in center field for out number 2. Both outs now have been to Ian Hardman in center. Brings up the bat number 16, Terrell Joyce, the designated hitter this afternoon for the Bonn Capitals. Already I see action in the... Nope, never mind. It's not action in the bullpen as that pitch is fouled back to the backstop. It's the starting pitcher for the Bonn Capitals is taking some extra warm-up tosses in their bullpen. Next pitch is a ball. We have a 1-1 count now with 2 outs here to the designated hitter, Joyce. Joyce does not swing at a pitch that doesn't catch the zone. 2-1 count. Liberta not getting the call on that one. 3 balls, 1 strike to the designated hitter with 2 outs. Three-one pitch in the dirt. First walk of the game issued. Brings up the bat number 37, Danny Lankhurst. Lankhurst batting 2 outs and a runner at first. Liberta's first pitch, Lankhurst in there for a called strike. The 0-1 swung and fouled down the first base line and just out of play, just out of reach. Noah Lawrence gave it a try, but ran out of real estate as the ball goes out. I do see a child running quickly to go fetch that foul ball. by the end of this afternoon, they should have enough to be able to have their own baseball team's worth of baseballs. Next pitch is inside, doesn't hit the batter. Ball 1. The 1-2 pitch doesn't catch the outside zone. Lankhurst not swinging on that pitch either. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Fouled back to the screen, keeps the at bat alive. Joyce not running. It's probably a decision of the Capitals not to run since there's a left-hander on the mound, easier to pick them off. Oh, home plate umpire now back behind the dish. Gives signal that it's a 2-2 count with 2 outs. And the pitch from Liberta swung on, fouled into the wheat field behind the Capitals dugout. Do this again. Liberta's 2-2 pitch doesn't catch the top of the zone. It's now a full count on Lankhurst. By my count, I see about 7 kids searching for that foul ball that was hit earlier. Runner going, but it is a strike 3 looking to end the inning. No runs. Now going into the bottom of the first. Capitals nothing, Storm nothing. Going into the bottom of the first, still scoreless here in Game 2 of our Father's Day Christy Himmelfart doubleheader. It'll be Nicholas Rimmel pitching for the Bonn Capitals. Leading us off in the home half of the first inning will be number 18, Petey Kiefer. Kiefer will be followed by Fernandez and Josh Harrison. First pitch to Kiefer, catches the outside of the zone for a called strike one. Again, welcome to those of you who are tuning in live on YouTube. Next pitch. Throws his bat out there, fouls it off. 0-2 count on P.D. Kiefer. I see a bigger kid who wasn't realizing that there'd be any foul balls hit towards him, now walking to go collect the ball that landed beside him. Kiefer swings and grounds the ball to his counterpart. Not able to leg out that hit, so it is a ground out to shortstop. Start us off here in the bottom of the first inning. That will bring up our third baseman, number 17, Yosmi Fernandez. As Fernandez is in the left-handed batter's box, I see some more kids smiling as they did find the foul ball that had landed there a few batters earlier. Fernandez first pitch swinging, unable to catch up with the fastball, so it is a swinging strike one. Swinging at the next pitch, too. Slow hopper to the shortstop, and it gets away from the first baseman, but not far enough away to advance the runner. It's an error. Gets on that error, puts Fernandez at first, and Josh Harrison, our designated hitter for game two, up to bat. On deck is Noah Lawrence. Not swinging on the first pitch, high for ball one. Long look in by Rimmel. Fernandez has his lead. He's off and running. It is a strike call, and he's thrown out at second, sliding in feet first. Hernandez erased on that throw out at second. So Harrison, it's now a 1-1 count on Harrison. Foul back, hits the screen. Kids in the wheat field look disappointed that they weren't going to be able to collect another one. Next pitch is in the dirt for a ball. I'd like to give a shout out to Columbus, Ohio. Sheila, I see you're in the chat. So Bill Dickman says hello and to you and your mother. Next pitch swung on and hit back to the screen. Keeps the at bat alive. It's a 1-2 count on Harrison. Next pitch outside. Harrison doesn't swing at it. It is 2 balls, 2 strikes. And it is a low strike. After 1, 0-0. As we're going into the top of the second inning, Jake Liberta getting his warm-up tosses. The Arizona native has acclimated himself to the weather we have here. He'll be facing Christian Byers, Daniel Sanchez, and Sasha Koch, the 1-2-3 for the Capitals going into the top of the second inning. Home plate umpire reminding Storm they need to close the gate to the field. Now play is called. Liberta's pitch is high for a ball. The 1-0 is outside, ball 2. Right-handed Byers now waits for the 2-0. Oh, doesn't catch zone. It's quickly 3-0. He had a green light to swing on that 3-0 pitch. Came in on him, but he was already swinging. 3 balls, 1 strike count now to lead us off here in the top of the second. Byers swings, makes contact, and it gets past Fernandez at third base for a leadoff single. Leadoff single does bring up number 8, Daniel Sanchez, the second baseman for the Capitals this afternoon. Liberta has a sign, looking over at the runner at first, who's not making a lead. His pitch to Sanchez swung on and missed for strike 1. And when Sanchez catches that outside zone, strike 2. Sanchez is quickly in the hole. Go-to pitch is outside for a ball. Doesn't catch that top corner. Look over at the runner at first, who's not going. Sanchez sends the ball down the right field line. I do see a Bonn Capital fan almost under it as it comes down. Keeps the at-bat alive. Throw over. Byers wasn't going that far. Looks like he has maybe a 1-step lead, but he has been dancing on the throw. Another throw over. Gets away. And now he's at second. The throw over bounced right in front of our first baseman, who wasn't able to keep it in front of him. Now that puts runner at second with a 1-2 count for the second baseman, Sanchez. Long look back at the runner. Swung on and hit. Down the first base line. Playable in foul territory, but just out of play. Noah Lawrence, Sammy Guillerme, and Oliver Yoakum, all three converged, but the ball was just out of reach. Still only a 1-ball, 2-strike count here to Sanchez. High, ball 2. Now the 2-2 pitch. Doesn't catch the zone. Full count. Liberta thought he had called strike 3. But his 3-2 pitch swung on and tapped. Fielded by Petey Kiefer. Short, throws over for out number 1. Runner advances to third. With 1 out, runner at third brings up the right fielder, Sasha Koch. Koch was the pitcher on the mound at the end of game 1. Now has right field duties in game 2. First pitch is high, ball 1. By my count, there's 9 kids down the first base foul line waiting for a ball to be hit. Koch misses next pitch for a swinging strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner at third. One pitch is high, ball 2. Looks like the Bird is trying to paint the top of the zone or get Koch to swing at something that's just out of the zone, but Koch isn't swinging at anything that's above his shin. Swings at this pitch, skies it high. Yoakum fields it. Runner is trying to make... runner has to stop and go back as Yoakum's throw was on the money. Great throw by Oliver Yoakum there in right field. Keeps the runner from advancing. Now with 2 outs. Brings up the bat the catcher, number 56, Eric Kunze. Oh, look out. Kunze, first pitch swinging, grounds a ball, almost hits his teammate who's at third base, who had to really spin and dance not to get hit by that pitch, or hit by that foul ball. That's not the way you want to make the highlight reel. Taking out your own teammate. Looks like the third base umpire and Capital skipper are laughing about it. The 0-1 pitch outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Del Muro is set up outside. Ball is outside but high. Ball 2. Again, welcome in those of you who are tuning in for game 2 of our Christy Himmelfart Father's Day doubleheader against the Bonn Capitals. We started a bit earlier since game 1 ended early. Kunze pops this ball up in third base foul territory. Playable for Fernandez, who squeezes it for out number 3. Going into the bottom of the second, it's still 0-0. Going into the bottom of the second, it will be Noah Lawrence, Orlando Del Moro, and Sammy Guillerme for the Storm. Nicholas Rimmel on the mound for the Capitals, and his first pitch swung on and hit. First pitch swinging, and it is a loud long fly out to the center fielder. Lankhurst took one step and able to make the catch. And that does bring up our catcher, Orlando Del Moro. Again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to those of you tuning in live on YouTube, since we did have a bit of an earlier start to Game 2. First pitch, Del Moro high, ball 1. Original first pitch was scheduled for 3:30 this afternoon. It was actually a 2:30 first pitch. Del Moro gives the second pitch he sees a ride, but it is to the left fielder, who doesn't move far from where he was set up. 2 up, 2 down, brings up second baseman number 8, Sammy Guillerme. If anyone would like to say anything in chat, we do read any question or any comment you'd like to make. First pitch, Guillerme, inside, ball 1. On deck is Ian Hardman. Next pitch is not in zone, ball 2. Guillerme being patient. Next pitch, inside, ball 3. It is a 4-pitch walk, 4-pitch 2-out walk to Sammy Guillerme, brings up to bat number 11, our center fielder, Ian Hardman. As Rimmel takes a long look in, finally has his sign. Guillerme not taking much of a lead off of first. Next first pitch almost gets Hardman on the knuckles. Ball 1. Hardman steps out. Now back in the box. Guillerme's taking his lead off of first. 1-0 pitch. Over the zone, strike 1. Rimmel just throwing dead straight over the middle, since he had 5 straight pitches for balls. Next pitch, same place. Fastball over the middle, strike 2. Hardman has his signs. Throw over, sends Guillerme back sliding. And Hardman expands the strike zone. Unfortunately, doesn't catch the ball with the end of the bat. Strikeout swinging to end the second. Going into the top of the third, still 0-0. As we're going into the top of the third, still scoreless here in game 2 of our doubleheader. Liberta getting his warm-up tosses. He'll face the 9, 1, and 2 hitters from the Capitals. So Lewis Martin, the third baseman, be followed by Eric Brink and Maurice Bendren. The kids that I had mentioned earlier, they're still camped out behind the first base line, hoping for a foul ball. It's the one souvenir that a lot of kids, myself included, have always wanted to get when you go to a ball game. No, I'm actually not hoping for a foul ball to come into the press box here. That would not be fun, trying to catch one of those, but it would be interesting to see. We've had close calls. Last season we had 2 balls actually almost come up in here. So as the warm-up tosses are over, it will be the third baseman for the Capitals, number 3, Lewis Martin, stepping into the box. Umpire signal play. Pitch from Liberta is in there for a called strike. Thank you, Sheila, for that. Bunt laid down, but it rolls foul. Strike 2. Not a bad idea to try and lay bunt down, especially when you're a speedy runner. But it rolled foul, maybe 2 meters from the batter's box. So as Lewis Martin is back in the batter's box, he has an 0-2 count. Pitch is outside, ball 1. Now the 1-2 pitch doesn't catch zone. 2-2. Liberta's come set his 2-2 pitch. Put a little extra behind it, but doesn't catch the zone. It is now a full count. And the 3-2 pitch is bounced up to the catcher for a walk. After the leadoff walk, brings up the bat the shortstop, number 30, Eric Brennick. Pitch gets away from Del Moro. And Martin's able to run over to second on the wild pitch. Seemed to be a cross-up between pitcher and catcher on where the ball was going. Now Liberta is back on the rubber. Check to the runner at second. Foul down third base line. 1-1 count now on Brink. Roberto with a long look in, get his sign. One pitch swung on and hit. Deep to right field and caught. Oh no, dropped at the wall. Play at the plate, and he's out. Nice throw by Oliver Yoakum. Oliver just missed catching the ball as he collided with the fence. Able to collect the ball at his feet, throw it down to the cutoff man, Guillerme, who is able to throw the runner out at home for out number 1. Brings up the bat, number 16, Terrell Joyce. Benjamin now at second base. First pitch to Joyce is outside for ball. Look back at the runner at second. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Bindren swinging at a ball that was just about his shoelaces. Liberta's 1-1 pitch. Spun around, get the runner back to second. Another step off. Kiefer ran in from short over to the second base, but Bindren wasn't far enough away to try and pick him off. Oh, ball gets away from the catcher. Goes ahead and moves Bindren over to third. Now 2 balls, 1 strike count with 1 out and a runner at third for Bindren. Sorry, I was calling this Joyce. Bindren has 6, Joyce has 16. 1-1 pitch, the 2-1 pitch is outside, ball 3. Swung on and hit deep to center field. Ian Hardman is able to make the catch, but the runner at third is able to jog home as Hardman was in the deepest part of Dickman Field. It's 400 feet from home to center field, and Hardman was just about to the deepest part. So, sac fly brings first runner across for the Capitals. It's 2 out. Now brings up Joyce. First pitch called, strike. Liberta's next pitch, though, is inside. Ball 1. The 1-1 pitch low for ball 2. Liberta's not happy with himself, missing the zone like he has been. Now it's 2-1 pitch. Swung on, driven high, deep to left field. Phil Meyer there at the wall makes the catch for out number 3. Only one run comes across going into bottom of the third inning. 1-0, Bonn Capitals. Going into the bottom of the third, Storm down just by 1 run. Nicholas Rimmel on the mound, getting his warm-up tosses. It'll be Phil Meyer, Oliver Yoakum, and Petey Kiefer, the 1, 2, 3 for this bottom of the third inning. Phil Meyer is the one who made the catch at the wall for out number 3 in the top of the third. First pitch he sees from Rimmel. Catches zone, called strike 1. Next pitch, Phil Meyer swings, taps it to third, and not able to leg it out. Can't tell if he was tagged just before he touched third or touched first, or if he if the play was out at first. Regardless, the third baseman was able to throw out Phil Meyer for out number 1. Brings up the bat our right fielder, Oliver Yoakum. First pitch to Yoakum in there, called strike 1. Ball was in zone. Now 1-1 as Rimmel looked to almost slip off the mound on that throw. It's the second time he's appeared to slip on his throw. The 1-1 pitch in there, strike 2. Yoakum not expanding his zone. Ball 2. It did appear that Rimmel and Kunze were trying to get Yoakum to expand the zone. Oh, unfortunate. Yoakum's not able to catch up to a heater. Swinging a strikeout for out number 2. Now at 2 outs brings up our shortstop, number 18, Petey Kiefer. First pitch to Kiefer high for ball 1. One-0. Kiefer swinging. Slow roller to second, who throws out Kiefer by a step. 3 up, 3 down, going into the top of the third. Still 1-0 Capitals. Going into the top of the fourth inning, Storm down 1-0. I'd like to take this opportunity to say Happy Father's Day to all fathers, regardless if you are actual father or you're filling that role of a father. We appreciate all of you. It is Father's Day here in Germany. Christi Himmelfahrt is the other holiday we celebrate today. It is a public holiday, bank holiday for those in the UK if you're tuning in. So we have opportunity for Thursday baseball here in Dickman Field. Game 2 of our doubleheader. Storm unlucky in game 1, lost 6-0 to the Bonn Capitals. Here in the top of the fourth, as we're getting ready to get underway in the top of the fourth, down just 1-0. Jake Liberta on the mound, currently 61 pitches, 1 strikeout, 2 walks, and only the 1 earned run issued. He will face Lankhurst, Byers, and Sanchez from the Capitals. Lankhurst shows bunt, but move the bat out of the way so it doesn't hit the ball. And ball was outside. Ball 1 is the call by home plate umpire. One on, swung on and hit for a single past Petey Kiefer. It's a leadoff single to start the top of the fourth. That will bring up the bat number 19, the first baseman, Christian Byers. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to those of you tuning in live on YouTube. I do see quite a few of you tuning in. Thank you for joining us live. Pitch is in there for a called strike to Byers. Lankhurst not running on that play. Swung on, fouled, back behind home plate and into the wheat field. All those kids that had lined up down the first base line realized they're in the wrong place. They're having a long run to go find that ball. The 0-2 from Liberta, throw over, but Lankhurst not going anywhere. He had maybe a half-step lead off of first. The 0-2, high, ball 1. Byers wasn't swinging, though that is a good pitch to try and get the batter to swing at something a little out of the zone. Runner going, swung on and hit deep, and caught by Ian Hartman in center field. Sends the runner back over to first. Long, loud out, number 1. Ian Hartman. Nice run to catch that ball. Oliver Yoakum was there to back him up. It's just who was able to get there first. First out recorded. Brings up the bat, second baseman, Daniel Sanchez. First pitch swinging, fouled back to the net. Strike one. Look over at Lanehurst at first. 0-1 swing and a foul back to the net. Strike two. Sasha Koch on deck. Collected the ball, threw it out of play. Berta, long look in, has the sign that he wants. Now the 0-2 pitch. Runner going, swung on, tapped. Collected at second for the one. Oh! Bouncing throw, not fielded cleanly by first baseman Noah Lawrence. It's an out at second. Out number two has been recorded, but no out recorded at first as the ball was just bounced under the glove of Noah Lawrence. Sammy Girame with a nice collect and put out there at second for out number two. Brings up the bat now, number 9, Sasha Koch, the right fielder. First pitch not in zone, ball one. It's a 1 ball, no strike count with 2 outs. Foul tip, 1 ball, 1 strike. Koch decides to walk all the way down to the third base coach's box to find out what he should be doing. There's a discussion going now at home plate. Not sure what's this all about. Not sure at all what's going on. Jake Liberto doesn't look too happy about something, but not sure what's going on. Unless the foul tip caught either Del Muro or the home plate umpire, and it's just giving them an opportunity to walk off the pane. Not sure what's going on. We'll find out later. Regardless, it is a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Berta's pitch swung on and hit into shallow right field. Yoakum's there. Makes the catch for out number 3. Nice inning from Storm. Going into the bottom of the 4th. Just down 1 run. As we're going into the bottom of the 4th inning, Storm down just 1 run. In the smaller adjacent field we have here at Dickman Field, we do have a father and son playing catch. We also have a A father and a fairy four-legged son playing catch as well. Rimmel taking his warm-up tosses. He'll face Fernandez, Harrison, and Lawrence as our 1-2-3 from the Storm for this half inning. Warm-up tosses are finished. Coming up to bat now for your Hünstetten Storm is our third baseman, number 17, Yosmi Fernandez. Left-handed Fernandez in the box. First pitch swinging. Couldn't catch up with a low heat. Swinging strike one. Even though we are more than halfway through game two, I do see more people showing up. Bunt shown. Either the ball was in zone or he says that Fernandez didn't pull the bat back, which I would contest that. Fernandez is shaking his head. It is strike two regardless. Swing at a ball outside of the zone, but fouls it off, keep the at-bat alive. It's an 0-2 count on Fernandez to lead us off here in the bottom of the fourth. Next pitch in the dirt, bounced up to the catcher for ball one. As more balls being delivered to home plate umpire, waiting on news to find out what the conversation was at home plate between the home plate, first base umpire, our catcher, and our starting pitcher, Jake Liberta. Once we have that, I'll let you know what that is, if it's anything worth the reporting. So the 1-ball, 2-strike count to Fernandez. Swung and missed, strikeout for out number one. That'll bring up the bat our designated hitter for this game two, number 4, Josh Harrison. As Harrison's getting into the box, once again, welcome all of you who are tuning in. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe, as YouTube likes us to say that. I don't say it as often as I probably should. First pitch, low for a ball. Next pitch is high for ball two. On deck is Noah Lawrence. In the hole is our catcher, Del Moro. 2-0 now becomes 3-0 as that ball was low inside. See if he has a green light on the 3-0. No green light, but the ball is in there for a called strike. Time called on the batter. Harrison now stepped back in the box. 3 balls, 1 strike. Whoa! The low zone became lower to get a full count on Harrison. As from my vantage point, I could actually see the catcher's mitt just above the dirt when he caught that ball, but regardless, it's full count. So Harrison swings at the next pitch. It's a slow roller to the third, and he beats it out for a hit. It is the first hit of the afternoon for the Storm. Slow roller to third. Now with 1 out and a runner at first, it'll bring up our first baseman, number 66, Noah Lawrence. Rimmel takes a long look and then quickly throws over. Harrison wasn't going anywhere, just only about a step lead off of first. Noah Lawrence swung at a pitch, and it drops in for a hit. Back-to-back singles with one out brings up our catcher, Orlando Del Moro. Del Moro shows bunt, but gets the bat out of the way for a ball one. Our incredible chief engineer, Angie Yoakum, went down to try to find out what the conversation was about, and no one really knows what it was about. So with one out, two on, one ball, no strike count to our catcher. Throw down, but Lawrence is able to get back. Ball two. Good thing Noah Lawrence had that sliding mitt on as he went back in hard. That's not a good way to get an injury, breaking a finger, catching the base, but he's back in safe. Del Moro, chopper to third, advances the runners, but unfortunately, that was out number three. So we do get base runners. Unfortunately, can't do anything with them. Left two stranded. Going into the top of the fifth, Storm down just one run. As we go into the top of the fifth, Storm down only by one run. Jake Liberta back on the bump, sitting at 73 pitches through the 4 innings. Only the one earned run, one strikeout, 2 walks issued so far in the afternoon. He will be facing Kunze, Martin, and Brink in this half inning. I do see some action in the Capitals bullpen. Can't tell who that is right off. Doing some stretching. Once I find out who that is, I will bring that to you. Still no news as to what the conference was about. Probably have to find out after the game. As warm-up tosses have been made, Liberta has the sign. First pitch of top of the fifth inning. Swung on and hit. Right to the left fielder, Phil Meyer, who shades over to his right to make the catch for out number one. One pitch, one out to start the top of the fifth. That'll bring up number 3, the third baseman, Lewis Martin. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Even though we are here late in game 2, I do see people showing up. It doesn't matter if you're late or not. Welcome to the ballpark. And also welcome those of you who are tuning in. Pitch to Martin there in zone for a called strike 1. In the little field across from us, it looks like the little guys have their own game going. Next pitch swinging. Oh, just under the glove of Petey Kiefer. Sometimes you don't know how the ball is going to play on the dirt and just happened not to bounce and stayed flat. That brings up the shortstop for Bonn Capitals, number 30, Eric Brink. Brink is 1 for 2, hitting now with 1 out and a runner at first. Berta's pitch outside for a ball. Martin not taking much of a lead. Next pitch pop up, playable for Noah Lawrence behind first base. Squeezes for out number 2. Brings up number 6, Bintren, the left fielder. Now, whoever was beginning to stretch there in the Capitals bullpen has stepped away. So as Bintren is now in the right-handed batter's box. First pitch he sees swung on and hit. And it is a single. It's a 2-out single to left field. That'll bring up number 16, Terrell Joyce, the designated hitter. The more I see the Bonn Capitals uniforms, the font they used for their numbers is interesting, but it does make it a little difficult sometimes to see the number on the back. This 16 looks an awful lot like a 15 if they turn just right. So I feel bad for the official scorer if they're not able to see it clearly. I look back at second, but pitch is low, called ball. The 1-0 pitch swung on and hit and collected by Phil Meyer for out number 3. Meyer had to make a run to left center, tracked it the entire way, collected the out. Going into the bottom of the 5th, Storm down only 1 run. Going into the bottom of the 5th inning, Rimmel still on the mound. Rimmel, 44 pitches on the afternoon, 4 innings pitched, no earned runs, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk issued, and 2 hits issued. I do see down in the Capitals bullpen, it appears to be Marcus Solbach, number 25, warming up now. So I saw earlier, but he had ducked off the mound during the top of the 5th. Rimmel will be facing Sammy Guilherme, Ian Hardman, and Phil Meyer. Storm looking for base runners Try to tie the game up, take the lead. Since this is game 2 of a doubleheader, we only play 7 innings. The first pitch to Guillerme. Inside, ball 1. It's been cloudy all afternoon, but occasionally I do see some blue sky off to the, I would say, the northwest of us. Next pitch was outside for ball 2. Doesn't catch his own, ball 3. See if Guillerme has a green light to swing. Does not swing. It is right over the heart of the plate for a called strike. The 3-1 swung on, fouled back to the net. Strike 2. Guillerme wishes he had that one back. Just missed hitting it cleanly. Full count for our second baseman. Couldn't catch up to that pitch. It's a swinging strikeout to start the bottom of the 5th inning. That will bring up our center fielder, Ian Hardman. So far, we've had a few Blue Star plays on the afternoon from our outfield. Ian Hartman fouls the ball back to the net for strike 1. Not doing my announcing duties for not issuing those Blue Star catches by our outfielders when they happened. Hartman doesn't swing at the next pitch, and it is high and out of the zone for ball 1. 1-1 count. Hartman realizes that the ball was high out of the zone, but it was too late to stop his swing. 1 ball, 2 strike count on our center fielder. Gets wood on that ball, send it down, and doesn't catch the corner. It is a long foul ball. The first base umpire ruled it foul. So that means has to walk back now, recollect his bat. 1 ball, 2 strike count still on Hardman. Oh, unfortunate. Couldn't catch up the next pitch. It is swinging strikeout for out number 2. That brings up our left fielder, Phil Meyer. Phil Meyer gets on base. Oliver Yoakum is on deck. Oh, Brimmel's pitch was low and outside for ball 1. His next pitch inside, ball 2. The 2-0 pitch catches zone for called strike. Solbach's not up in the bullpen anymore, at least not that I can see. He didn't throw anything to a catcher, just doing some long toss. Rimmel's 2-1 outside for ball 3. Oh, Meyer's pitch is a slow bouncer to third. Throws over to first for out number 3. It's unfortunate 3 up, 3 down sends us to the top of the 6th inning. Storm down only 1-0. As we go into the top of the 6th innings, Storm down only 1 run. Jake Lerta is still on the mound, sitting at 81 pitches in this pitcher's duel that we have going on in Game 2. He's facing Langhurst, Byers, and Sanchez in this half inning. First pitch from Liberta just misses top of the zone for a called ball. Langhurst shows bunt, but the pitch is outside for ball 2. The 2-0 pitch inside, but catches the zone for called strike 1. We don't have a game this weekend since we are playing here on Father's Day, Christi Himmelfahrt. Bunt shown. Looks like it was actually ruled as a bunt foul, so it is now a 2-2 count on Langhurst. Since we don't have a game this weekend, and I believe we have an off. Yes, we do have an off weekend next weekend. Liberta doesn't have to limit his pitches. Sitting at 85. He's usually about averaging around 85 pitches in all the starts. Now the 2-2 pitch. Couldn't get Langhurst a swing at that ball that was just out of the zone. Full count. On deck is the first baseman, Christian Myers. Liberta's 3-2 pitch. Swung on, popped high on the infield. Playable for Fernandez at third base. Makes the catch for out number 1. 1 up, 1 down. That'll bring up the designated hitter. The first baseman, number 19, Christian Byers. Berta has his pitch. Outside, ball 1. A little bit high and outside for ball 1. Whoa! That foul ball, I think, actually got a piece of Danny Sanchez sitting there in the on-deck circle. Well, not really the on-deck circle, more like he's behind home plate, but off to the side. May have just danced out of the way of that screaming foul ball to his feet. Next pitch is a called strike, so it is a 1-ball, 2-strike count with 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. One-two pitch swung on and hit, and down for a single right in front of Oliver Yoakum. Oliver was playing right center, and the ball was hit over towards the right field line. Long run, but he kept the ball in front of him, so only a long single issued. With that 1-out single brings up Daniel Sanchez, the second baseman. Foul tip, home plate. Bonn Capital skipper at third base box giving signs now to Sanchez. Runner going. Double clutch by Del Muro. Runner's in safe. It is a 1-out stolen base. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count now on Sanchez with a runner at second. Ball fouled out of play behind home plate. Very quickly, a kid is out there collecting the ball. He was waiting for it. 1-ball, 2-strike count now to the second baseman. High outside, ball 2. Look back at second, and pickoff move. Unfortunately, Byers was able to get back before Guilherme was able to tag the runner. Still 2-2 count. Swung on and popped up high. Shallow center. Guilherme under it for out number 3. No, sorry, out number 2. Apologies. Everyone started moving around. I was wondering where I missed out number 2 at. But there is out number 2. Guilherme squeezing the ball, keeping the runner from going anywhere. Does bring up number 9, Sasha Koch. First pitch swinging, fielded by shortstop Petey Kiefer. Throw over to Noah Lawrence for out number 3. Nice pitcher's duel we've got going on here this afternoon in Game 2. Going into the bottom of the 6th, Storm down just 1-0. As we go into the bottom of the sixth, there's a defensive change for the Capitals. Sasha Hawk, who was the last out in the top of the sixth inning, has been replaced by number 33, Joseph Rosenthal. Rimmel still on the mound. Rimmel at 59 pitches in the afternoon. Though I do see Solbach back out in the bullpen. Rimmel will face Joachim Kiefer Fernandez in this half inning. First pitch, Joachim catches the top of the zone, called strike one. The 0-1 swung on and hit, skied, and just out of the run of the first baseman. But the foul ball makes it an 0-2 count on Oliver Joachim. On deck is Petey Kiefer. Joachim doesn't swing at a pitch just out of the zone. Sounds like the Capitals dugout is not happy it wasn't called a strike, but it is a ball. 1-2 pitch out of the zone, ball two. Capitals dugout still not happy with the strike zone. The 2-2 pitch to Joachim. Swung at a ball low in the zone for a swinging strikeout to start the bottom of the sixth inning. That brings up the top of the order. Coming up to bat, our shortstop, number 18, Petey Kiefer. First pitch, Petey Kiefer in there for a called strike. Kiefer swings at the next pitch, golfs it, but caught by the left fielder coming in for out number two. That'll bring up our third baseman, number 17, Yosmi Fernandez. On deck is Josh Harrison. First pitch, Fernandez swung on and missed. Nope, foul tip. Foul tip at home plate. Couldn't tell if it was a foul tip or not until the ball was there at the feet of the catcher. Rimmel's 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike two. The 0-2 pitch, Fernandez. Oh! Unfortunate. Screaming liner just happened to be caught by the first baseman on a leap. Christian Byers was able to snag that ball out of the air. If not, it was rolling down the right field line. Unfortunate. 3 up, 3 down going into the top of the seventh. Storm down only 1 run. Going into the top of the 7th, Jake Liberta is still on the mound. We have a pitcher's duel going into the 7th. This is game 2 of a doubleheader, so that means that we do have the doubleheader rules here in the DBL. 7 innings. Liberta will face Kunze, Martin, and Brink unless there is a pinch hitter announced. I do see the wind is picking up, blowing from 3rd to 1st. Liberta finished with his warm-up tosses. Kunze is going to the right-handed batter's box. What was some blue sky peeking in through the clouds has been replaced by more clouds. But the wind has picked up. Liberta's first pitch, bunt is shown. Pitch is in there for a called strike. The one swung, fouled back to the net. Strike 2. Soft foul back to the net. Liberta has his sign in the 0-2 pitch on its way. Fastball high and outside. Ball 1. Next pitch, skied high on infield, playable. Caught by Noah Lawrence for out number 1. First out recorded brings up the third baseman, number 3, Lewis Martin. Lewis Martin now coming into the right-handed batter's box. As Liberta, long look in. I'm sure he has a sign. He's just waiting for the batter to come set. And his pitch, not chasing, is Martin, so it is ball 1. Popped up, playable. Whoa, collision. Ball is caught for out number 2. Noah Lawrence, Orlando Del Moro and Noah Lawrence colliding right in front of the Capitals dugout. Laughing is Del Moro and Lawrence. Lawrence is the one who gets the put out on that. He's the one who made the catch. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. So brings up the shortstop, number 30, Eric Brink. First pitch doesn't catch the zone, called a ball. The 1-0 pitch fouled down the third base line. Strike 1. Play has been stopped as the ball is being retrieved. Still a very nice sized crowd for a Father's Day Christa Himmelfart doubleheader game 2 here in Dickman Field. 1-1 pitch Inside, ball 2. Again, I want to wish a happy Father's Day to all the dads and people who fill that role. Appreciate what you do. I want to say happy Father's Day to my own father. Though it's not Father's Day in the U.S., I can still say it now. Foul tip. 2 ball, 2 strike, 2 out count here in the top of the 7th inning. Berta's pitch swung, fouled back into the wheat field. It is fun watching the kids run as fast as they can, trying to jump over the wheat to go and grab that ball. 5 of them I count right now searching for the ball. Still a 2-2 count. Foul tip, home plate. Do this again. Capitals third base coach had to make a long jog to where that ball landed. Been thrown out of play. Home plate umpire has fresh balls. Still a 2-2 count with 2 outs to the shortstop, Brennick. The 2-2 from Liberta. Doesn't catch the zone. Full count. Oh, that is a called ball. Brings up the bat now. Left fielder Bindren. 2 pitches called a ball that previously had been called strikes for both sides. Regardless, with 2 outs, there's a runner at first. Left fielder Bindren up. First pitch swinging, skies it high. Ian Hardman tracks it, catches it for out number 3. The 2-out walk does nothing to help the Bonn Capitals as Jake Liberta sits on 112 pitches in the afternoon. It's his game. He's not going to go out without a fight. Smiles as Storm walk off the field, just down 1 run going into the bottom of the 7th. Going into the bottom of the 7th, Storm down only 1 run. Leading us off here in the bottom of the 7th is our designated hitter, number 4, Josh Harrison. Harrison will be followed by Noah Lawrence and Orlando Del Moro. That's the 1, 2, 3 for this inning. Heart of the lineup for Storm. We need runners. We need scores. First pitch, low in the zone, ball 1. Already hearing some chirping coming from the Bonn Capital dugout and fans here in attendance. They wanted that to be called a strike. That was low. Next pitch swinging deep to center field and called at the warning track for out number 1. Harrison gave it a ride, but unfortunately it was just a long, loud fly out for out number 1. That brings up to bat our first baseman, number 66, Noah Lawrence. Noah Lawrence is 1 for 2 on the afternoon. On deck is our catcher, Orlando Del Moro, and the hole is Sammy Gourmet. Lawrence, first pitch swinging, taps it to third base. It's 1 pitch out for out number 2. Storm down to their last out. They need base runners. They need base runners. They are only down 1 run. Up now with 2 outs is our catcher, Orlando Del Moro. On deck is Sammy Gourmet. Rimmel stepped off the rubber, uses the rosin bag. Right fielder threw an errant ball back over into the Capitals bullpen area. First pitch to Del Moro. First pitch swinging. It's a tapper. Fielded by the shortstop, and Del Moro is out, and that's the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Not how we wanted to end it. We had a pitcher's duel. Final, game 2 of our Father's Day doubleheader. Bonn Capitals 1, Hünstetten Storm nothing. Jake Liberto had the longest outing of the season so far. Unfortunate, just could not get more than the 2 base runners that we had earlier in the ball game. But hold your head high. We are not too sad about this. Disappointed, but not sad. Final from Dickman Field. Bonn Capital 1, Hünstetten Storm nothing. I've been James Passo. We will see you in 2 weeks as we don't have a game this weekend and we have a off weekend next weekend. Next time you hear from us, it will be July 15th. June 15th. Apology, being correct. June 15th as we do host the Cologne Cardinals. Until then, enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Thank you, everyone.